The energy that you put up on this chat today is going to be reciprocated into our speakers, and that's going to allow them to go ahead and pour out and give their 100%. Let's go. Wow, the chat's going crazy. Guys, my name is Marianne Lantigua, top leader here within My Daily Choice, and I'm super excited to be starting off this call. We're going to go ahead and have amazing speakers today. I'm going to tell you industry legends today on this call. It is literally an honor to have the ability to be on a call like this. I'm ready to take my notes. If you don't have a notebook and a pen out right now, I suggest that you do, because here's the thing. You're going to have years and years of experience all poured into you within this next hour. And I want you to, if you're in your car right now, pull over, get your notes out. If you're at home, put your blinders on, focus on this call, because what you're going to receive on this call today is going to change your business. It's going to change your life, okay? Just like it has done to me over these last few years in this industry. But guys, I want to go ahead and pass it over to our first speaker and our host of this call, someone who put this call together and really made sure that we are pouring into the community, pouring into the entire company. And really with the promotion that we have going on for Akashics, right? A lot of major things happening, momentum within My Daily Choice and just so many different brands and everything that's going on within this company. And Jefferson Santos said, let's put this call together. Let's make sure that the community knows exactly how to take their business to the next level, how to launch their business within My Daily Choice and Akashics and all of the amazing brands within this company. Jefferson Santos is an 8-figure earner in this company. He is a 500K affiliate. So right now, open up your ears, get ready to receive from this gentleman. Jefferson Santos, if you're here, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you. Let's go. Drop some fire emojis in the chat for Jefferson. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right. Thank you, Marianne. Guys, listen, thank you for your leadership, Marianne, and you and Rich. I know you're going to come back and talk a little bit here in just a little bit, but it is Saturday morning. This is a skill set training today, and we're just so honored that each and every one of you have taken some time out to invest in yourself. You know, even though this is a free training, it's not really free. It's costing your time, but it's something that you're willing to invest in your business, in your life, in your future, for your team, for your family, all of that. So we're super honored for that. All right, so let's kick this thing off. So today, the whole premise of today is really about the skill set of recruiting, okay? But obviously we're going to be weaving in belief and mindset and all that kind of stuff as well. But I remember I got started in network marketing 28 years ago. I was excited, just like you are. Some of you have been here for a few days, few weeks, few months, maybe a few years. And today might be a reminder for you. Maybe there's some of you that maybe you're a little bit out of practice. Maybe you've had a really fun summer and you're like, what? There's a Super Saturday. I'm going to plug in and I want to reset myself because it's the building season. Maybe that's you. Okay. Maybe there's some of you that you've got some pretty good momentum going on right now, but you're ready to ratchet this thing up and double bounce some ranks, right? And then there's some of you that are you're just like, okay, where do I get started? Like I'm a little bit lost. So we have all kinds of different people here on the Super Saturday today. All right. But one of the key things to your business, okay, is having people in your pipeline, is having people to talk to, is the learning is in the doing. Okay. So we are going to teach you a lot today. We're going to give you a fire hose. So just drink what you can. Okay. The good thing is we're recording this, we're transcribing this. And so if I were you, and I'm going to put my student hat on right now. When I go to a training, and I still go to trainings, I still go to seminars, I pay to go and I go to the front row or whatever I need to do so I can continue to learn, is I go, okay, I'm here live. That's good. But I'm going to watch it again. And because you're going to retain about 25% of what you hear today. And you'll probably remember about 5 minutes of today a week from now. So what part of this 90 minutes do you want to forget? None. You want to maximize this whole 90 minutes, and that's what we're keeping to today. All right. So we've got a lot of stuff to throw at you. And so building your business, you need to have people to talk to. You got to have people in the pipeline, right? And there's some of you that are just talking about Akashics, right? There's some of you that are just on the dream trips. There's some of you that are doing Akashics and dream trips. There's some of you that are focusing on the whole marketplace, and you like the Amazon marketplace approach, right? There's some of you that are doing that. But when it comes to recruiting, there's a few different ways and angles that you can take. Some people have always asked me the question, okay, Jefferson, like do I lead with the product or do I lead with the opportunity? Okay. My answer to that is it depends. I usually lead with the prospect. What does that mean? Some sort of a conversation. Where are they at? Are they commenting on something that I posted about a product, or are they complaining about their job, or are they saying stuff that might seem like they need an opportunity? Does that make sense? That is a listening level that you need to master, right? And I was first getting started in network marketing. I was a hammer looking for nails to hit. That's what I was. I had no skill. I was rough around the edges. I didn't have any money. I was looking to make money. So everybody looked like a dollar sign and everybody could smell my commission breath. That's how I got started. And I didn't get started that well. I sponsored 3 people in my first 2 years. So I sucked. How many of you have already sponsored 3 or 4 customers or affiliates already? Go in the chat real quick. How many of you have already sponsored 3 or 4 customers already and you've only been in for a few months or a few weeks? Okay, put a 2 or 3 or 4 in the chat, whatever. Okay, yeah. There's already people that have already done that. So you're way ahead of where I was at. But just because you're excited and just because you have a lot of desire, okay, doesn't mean you just add water and you're instantly successful. You have to find a mentor. And here's the thing. It's not like a mentor you're going to be hanging out with them every day. Some of our mentors, maybe for some of your mentors, might already passed away. You can be mentored by a book. You can be mentored by us, right? You can be mentored by various things in various parts of your life. But today we're talking about recruiting. We're talking about building a business. And you're going to hear from some people that have built 6, 7, 8-figure businesses. Okay. And so once again, everything that we talk about today is stuff that you might have already heard. You might already know. Here's the question. If you know it, are you doing it? And if are you doing it, are you doing it in excellence? And if you're doing it in excellence, are you doing it consistently? Okay. That's the pressure, the eustress you need to put on yourself, because the best trained team is going to win. The highest skilled team is going to win. And it starts with yourself, because you got to lead yourself. And so that's why I'm here. And I get the blessing to hear from these amazing people today that I get to learn. I get to take notes as well. And I think that if you're always in curious mode, if you're always in student mode, if you're always like, ooh, I like the way she said that. I like the way he said that. Ooh, I'm going to go try that. The learning's in the doing. And so how I stay young at 48, about to be 49, how all of these people stay young on here is it's because we're in the game. We're in the trenches. We are doing it with you. We are doing it for you. We are doing it through you. We're all doing this together, guys, because wealth building is a team sport. Okay. And I'll wrap up with this. I'm going to bring our first speaker on. All right. And so when I read those 2 books, the first 2 books that were given to me, and you guys have probably heard of these books before, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, other ones Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. After I read those 2 books, I realized that wealth building is a team sport, and I couldn't do it by myself. And you can't do it by yourself. It takes a village, right? It takes a team. And the other thing is my belief and my faith carried me until my skill could catch up. Okay. So yes, you're going to get frustrated when you're texting people and they don't text you back. They leave you on red, or they watch your presentation and then they fall into the witness protection program, into a black hole, and they never, ever text you back ever again. There's going to be there's going to be things that happen. You're going to go meet somebody at Starbucks and they don't show up. And they told you that they swore on their mother's grave that they would show up, right? There's all these things. People disappoint us. Okay. But that doesn't mean you stop, because your dreams are bigger than your fears. Your goals are bigger than your fears. And so what today's about is, what about today that you're going to take and hold close to your heart and apply and learn and use it this weekend? Not finish the training and then, okay, I did my little Zoom for today. I'm going to go play around for the weekend, but it's about learning and then going applying, right? And so this first speaker I'm going to bring on here, his name is Kenny Rossi, and Kenny has made multiple 7 figures in this industry of network marketing. This guy has got a ton of energy. He is funny. I think he's a closet comedian. This guy is going to talk about the 4 beliefs of network marketing, because this is important to install this software and this belief in your mind right now as we move into the whole recruiting philosophy, conversation, strategies, and tactics. All right. And so without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to my buddy, my boy over there on the West Coast, Mr. Kenny Rossi. What's up, big dog?
Hey, thank you, Jefferson, so much, man. I'm glad to be here. I really am. And you guys are going to hear me. It was hard for me to say Jefferson right there, because our team, we call him the Kingpin, man. And I just appreciate you putting this together here this morning. It's so much fun. This company is, to me, the best I've ever seen. And the one word that he talked about there that caught my attention was the trenches. And I believe right now we're all in the trenches. That's my thought. We're getting this thing. We're taking it from where it is, and the goal is to get it to $1 billion as soon as possible. And I think we can all do it together. And it's stuff like this that can help us learn and get in the fight. And remember this too. You don't have to be as good as all of us. It's the promoters that make the money. So how many butts do you have in the seats on this Zoom, and the next great one to come is really how you're going to get paid. So I want to challenge you to do that. The promoters get paid the most money. You have, and you'll see here this morning, so many great people that can deliver the message. All you have to do is get people to it. So with that being said, let me give you a little bit of my background. My main claim to fame, I guess you could say, after college basketball, which I chased for many years, was I started working at a company called Budweiser. You guys might have heard of it, right? I used to love it, the king of beers, Anheuser-Busch. It was a blast. I went from zero to hero there, from filling shelves to then becoming one of the top salesmen. And I thought I had life lit. It's funny, I came from a town where there wasn't much there, so the money I was making was good. But then my aunt and uncle, and it's my uncle's birthday tomorrow, although he has passed away. It was my aunt and uncle that led me really, truly to relationship marketing at a high level. And he called me up and he said he wanted me to go look at a company on a Friday. And I don't know if you think Budweiser, you don't leave work on a Friday, right? We're filling the shelves, we're getting it rocking for the weekend. I'm like, man, I can't take off a Friday. He says, what do you make? And I can't remember what it was, $80. I can't remember what it was. He goes, listen, I'll pay you double. Just somehow get the day off. Got the day off, went down to Los Angeles from my town, Merced, California. And that trip changed my life. I saw a guy, he left a check on the table. Now, where I was from, I probably would have stole it back then. I wouldn't do that anymore today, but back then I probably would have, but it was for over $400,000 in a month. And I remember thinking to myself, man, it's going to take me 10 years to make that at my job. So that's what we created our team. Our team name is Team ATM, to turn your annual income into your monthly income. And it all started. I actually left that event, drove back down home, and I quit my job. Now, I wouldn't suggest to do it that quickly, maybe give it a week or something. No, listen, it was just my belief. I thought, you know what, if somebody could do that, I could. And maybe he's better than me, but is he 10 times better than me? I don't think so. So I got after it, and I've never looked back. It's close to 25 years I've been in this industry full time. It's been a total blessing. And I've led with these 4 benefits pretty much from the day I started, or at least from what I can remember. The first being a true healthcare plan. Now let's think about this. If you're to go out today and try it, go to some people that aren't a part of this business, or maybe they are, maybe they're just from Akashics, or just from Dream Trips, or just, I don't know. But think of true healthcare and ask them who their healthcare provider is. And I'll ask you, what comes to mind? Most people think their health insurance. And although we need, that is care, it's not health care, it's sick care. And in our marketplace, we are giving people true health care. You see, your number one healthcare provider is you. And if you're not taking care of it, it will remind you at some point, hopefully not early. A lot of times it happens later in life, but it's going to remind you, man, you should have done something early. And what I love about this industry and our company, My Daily Choice, is we teach people early on to take care of your health. Just reminding you, and think about it, all the amazing products in this marketplace that we have that truly take care of your health. And so what we do is we give people the first benefit, a true healthcare plan. And I don't know about you, but if you lose your health, is there much more important? So is there anything more important than that? Sorry. So if you're not talking about that, if you're not understanding that, you're missing an unbelievable angle. So the first benefit, we give people a true healthcare plan. The second benefit is additional unlimited. Now, a key component to this is there's certain ways to earn money, right? There's the job. JOB stands for Journey of the Broke, right? I made big mistakes early, like Jefferson was talking about that commission breath. Anytime you throw dirt, you lose ground. So when somebody has a job, you don't beat them up over it, but that is the first way to earn. And what we want to do is we want to teach people to earn outside of that. So what are the other ways? You have real estate equity. You have cash equity, your stocks, your bonds, your interest, your dividends, your Bitcoin, your all those things. And then you have people equity. And most people don't understand people equity. They don't get it. In fact, for the people that really don't get it, they don't want to tell their friends. They don't want to tell their people, man, I want to tell everybody I know and love. People equity is unbelievable. And the cool thing about people equity is there's no limits, zero. And there's never a no, it's a not now. So when we add this benefit of wealth into people's portfolio, we're not competing with other ways you earn money. We're adding to everybody you know and love's portfolio with no limits. There's nothing like it. And you get to bring your friends along the way. Like, to me, man, everybody should have a healthy relationship marketing company in their portfolio. And I suggest it being an MDC. The third benefit is home-based business tax advantage. Listen, there's two tax tables, wealthy and poor. That's it. Poor pay the government first, wealthy pay the government last. And if you were poor like me when I was working at Budweiser, I was just getting by. There was always more month than money. I was able to buy that little house, and I was able to go to Disneyland once a year on vacation and then mow the lawns on the weekends, and that's what everybody else was doing. But I was in the poor tax bracket. When I got that check, when I worked my butt off, I went to work 4 or 5 in the morning, got off 5, 6 at night. Yeah, maybe there was some shorter days in there, but I gave up Monday through Friday, missed everything with the kids. It didn't matter, right? It was job first, right? But did I get paid first? No, the government got paid first. I got my check and money was missing. We take the everyday common person, we jump them into that wealthy tax bracket. Because when you have My Daily Choice in your portfolio and you earn money, it's going to be your most tax-friendly income. Why? Because we're in the people business. We're in relationship marketing. So cell phone, internet, meals, travel, attire, all the things that you do that involve people can become a legal tax write-off if you become a friend, if you listen to them. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. It's our job to listen. And when you listen to people, when you understand these 4 benefits, the light's going to go on. Ding, ding, ding. They're going to tell you a reason why they would want to join you. In most cases, we help people keep 20, 30, 40% of the money that they would normally give the government. Things that you do anyways immediately become legal tax write-offs. The money you earn in My Daily Choice, you will get to keep the majority of it early on, which doesn't happen in other income streams. So everybody in love that has a job should have My Daily Choice in their portfolio, without question, for the tax advantage alone. And then the last advantage is freedom. I don't know what freedom means to you, but I want you to think about what it is you really want in life. Now, I don't want you to talk about what you're giving up now and what you're not getting. I want you to go back to your dreams. I want you to go back to the things you really want. And are you on a path to get there? I don't know what it is, more money, more travel, more time with your family, not just money to be rich, but more money for your church. I don't know what it would be, but your dreams, your desires. I want you to not go, oh, I'm here now and I accept this. I'd love for you to think about what it is you really want. And if you're not on a path to get there, which I found most of my friends, most of my family are not, many of them are now because they've joined me and that's cool. But I want you to think you and the people I love. You see, for me, I thought it was money early on. I really did, because it was my millionaire uncle who brought me to the business. There was a guy making in a month what would take me 10 years to earn, right? I thought it was the money. It was the freedom. You see, almost 25 years ago, I was introduced to this and I took it seriously. I mean, my kids, they don't know a field trip without dad. I coached every team. Like, I was at everything. And I can tell you this right now, there wasn't really many other men. I remember my middle daughter coming in the room saying, you can't go on this field trip. I said, heck, I'm not going on this field trip. My teacher said, you've been on all of them. That's true. And I'm going to be on the rest. I remember following a bus in my car. See, that would have never happened at Budweiser. And although I've personally made millions, you know what? I don't know where many of it's went. So I want to make many more. And this industry gives you the opportunity to do it. So what do I ask my friends? I'm going to leave you with this. This is what I ask my friends. First of all, and when I say friends, it's everybody I meet. I love being friendly. I love having fun. People love that. People buy and join things with people they like, right? I love people. So when I do bring up My Daily Choice, I don't bring up My Daily Choice. I simply ask them this. I say, do you have an Amazon account? The answer is yes. How long? Normally, it's been many years, right? And I asked them, hey, let me ask you something. If Amazon called you the day you got that account and they said, hey, thank you for joining Amazon. By the way, anybody that gets an account after you, we're going to send you a thank you check when they buy something. People's answer is, does Amazon do that? Is there a way to do that? I didn't know that, right? It's never a negative. And I say, no, Amazon doesn't do that. Amazon's great, but they don't do that. We do that. We do that in My Daily Choice. We currently help you with the health of your body, the health of your home, the health of your car. We'll help you with some great travel incentives, trading incentives, nothing like it, right? And so it's an easy transition to showing people how they can learn while they earn and create benefits along the way. And if you take these benefits and understand them and then go hang around your people that you love, you're going to hear them tell you many reasons why they will want to join you. So thank you so much. Back to you, Kingpin.
Thanks, Kenny. I appreciate it, man. I look forward to seeing you in Vegas. By the way, guys, we're going to be in Vegas next week, like a week from today, a week from yesterday, at the home office impact event. Make sure you sign up for that, mdcliveevents.com. I know a lot of us are going to be down there in Vegas with Josh and Jenna as well. So great job, Kenny, man. I love these benefits like health, wealth, taxes, and freedom. It's like when you were talking, I was thinking about, man, it's like you're having a conversation with somebody and you're like, hey man, what's your plan to get out of debt? Or let's say the conversation's about debt or the conversation's about making more money. It's what's your plan? They're like, I don't have a plan. Say, hey, listen, I got a 4-step plan. Let me tell you what it is. It's centered around health and wealth and tax benefits and freedom. If you want to hear about it, what are they going to say? Yeah. And guess what? Now you got their ears and their eyes tuned in to hear what MDC is about. So once again, it's what all these trainers are training on. We're going to also unpack some of it too. Be like, here's how you can use what he just said. And instead of calling it a business, call it a system, right? Or it's a plan. See, that's another way to call this business. Because some people say, hey man, I got this business. They're going to be like, oh man, here we go. But if you say, hey, listen, I got a plan or I got a system that I'm working right now. They're like, what do you mean a system? The business is the system, right? It's how you use the word. I want to say something. I want you to hear me on this. Language will either limit you or position you. I'll say that again. Language will either limit you or position you. So it's all about word choice. And I'm telling you, man, when you say certain things, they're going to open up their ears and eyes. And that's what recruiting is all about. But you don't know that unless you actually go out there and do it. And the learning is in the doing. All right. You're not going to be a perfect recruiter, a perfect prospect or presenter day one. You're going to do a lot of crappy presentations and crappy conversations before you do okay conversations, before you do good ones, to do great ones, to do excellent ones, to do outstanding ones. It takes a little bit. But the faster you go through the reps and the faster you run the miles, you're going to make it happen. All right. So I got a quick story that's JoJo here that's also going to be in Vegas that you guys got to hear from. Check this out real quick about the marketplace.
Hey guys, Jordan Monroe. I'm in Carpinteria, California on my family's last day of vacation. And that's another reason why I love MDC Marketplace as an asset. You truly can build this from anywhere. And the most common question I get asked is, what is Marketplace? And I always love to share that it is a hub of over 27 brands in over 10 multi-billion and trillion-dollar categories where you swap where you shop, fall in love with your favorites, and get beautifully compensated with when you share. Now, here's the other cool piece that I love to teach people is how do you turn everyday liabilities, these are things that are already costing you money, into assets, things that now can make you money. And what I do is take people through their day. Let's start at 7 a.m. What do you start your day with? Most people say, I wash my face, I wash my hair, I put on my makeup, I drink coffee, I drink tea, I get in the car and take the kids to school. So we've got gasoline that's being used. I go on vacations with my family on weekends or holidays. Literally before 10 a.m., we have shopped over 5 to 10 brands and swapped them into Marketplace. And this is just such an eye-opener for people. You're already spending the money, it's already in your budget, but now you have the ability to get a piece of not only the affiliate, transactional affiliate marketing, you get a piece of the residual affiliate marketing, and my favorite, the reproductive residual affiliate marketing that comes with building in MDC Marketplace. You guys, from travel to trade to how you dress to where you get gas to how you do makeup, hair, cosmetic, everything. You literally now, how you dress, you literally now can get a piece of every single pie. This is an asset that will continue to grow because Marketplace is going to continue to expand. So how big do you want your billboard to be?
I love these stories, guys. And we just it's transfer spending, right? We're going to spend the money on it anyway. My wife and I, we spend probably close to $1,000 and more like 800, 900 a month on things we're buying anyway, but now we're buying it through our brands here at MDC. So once again, like she talked about, go through your pantry, go through your schedule, go through your day. What are you utilizing that you're buying from Amazon, Walmart, Target, some other company? Look for a brand here at MDC that you can do that with. And by the way, I got our next speaker lined up right now. And this guy is a freaking living legend. He's made over $60 million in network marketing. He is a super affiliate with My Daily Choice. And he is about to rain down wisdom nuggets for us about recruiting. And so, Robert Hollis, what's up, brother? Talk to us, man.
I'll tell you what's up, my income. Thank you, Jefferson. Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, I hope you guys are, again, taking notes. And I know Jefferson's such an incredible leader, so I'm honored and blessed to be a part of this event with all these incredible people. And I'm taking notes just like everybody else, or you should. Let me get right to the point. Thank you again, Jefferson, for inviting me to this. I just have followed you. I'm like what is it called? A stalker. You just don't know that I'm stalking you. And just an amazing leader. So thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, my story is, I hope that it gets to you, because when I went to school, I was on the short bus, the special classes, a learning disability, and a number of them. And I tell people all the time that when I was really young, I always heard parents always talking about that he's special. And what they don't realize is, because of my belief, I know that I'm special. I'm not like anybody else, and I don't try to be like anybody else. And parents had a lot of problems, so I was taken away from my parents when I was 13 years old. I had two brothers. They got sent to another home. And so I just grew up in foster homes and orphanages. And when you're 18 years old, normally you're just kicked out. You know what I mean? They give you a gig and your clothes and stuff, and you're on your own. You're an adult. I hung around the wrong people. Jefferson talks about some incredible books. One of my favorite is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, written in 1910. And one of the things that I understood really quickly is you become who you hang around. So I hung around the wrong people, and I stole a beer truck for my high school graduation party. And then I got to spend a year in federal prison for that. So I know there's a lot of people here that might be going, hey, you don't know my background. I'm telling you what, this is an equal opportunity. To think that I could get involved in this industry 37 years ago, and there wasn't that line on the application that said, listen, are you a convicted felon? I didn't have to fill that out anymore. And then the other incredible things is just the thought that I could work with people like Jefferson and John and Ollie and Kenny and all these people here, Brett, that to learn from people that have already done it. A person can't take you to a place they've never been. And there's all these people on the internet saying that they're the expert, but they're not. These people have hit positions like 500K and 250K and 8 figures, and like Kenny and all these people. They're here to help you. But what normal people do is they try to figure it out on their own. Don't get mad at me for saying this, but Albert Einstein said that if you can't get a 6-year-old to understand what you're doing, you're too complicated. So simplicity, I'm a very simple person. And so that's why this business works for me. And so here's the first thing I need you to do is imagination. Imagination is, there's a lot of people, what is it, a why to make you cry? You got to have a vision. You got to set goals. Listen, everything you've done in your entire life started with imagination. Albert Einstein says, imagination makes knowledge look like nothing. Because you can have knowledge, but without imagination. And we just watched the Olympics. You know what every Olympian medalist has in common? They've seen someone do it, and they imagine, oh, wouldn't it be amazing if I could get a medal too? If she did it, I can do it. And you follow the people that taught them. When I got introduced to this, I was on workman's comp. I was an auto mechanic. Not sometimes good with the book sense and the education sense, but thank God I got common knowledge. It's sometimes the most uncommon thing. So when I got hurt on workman's comp and now I'm not making any money, a person said, hey, listen, I met this guy. He makes $62,000 a month. The first thing I said, you got to be kidding. Yeah, how can someone do that? And he's looking for people. And I go, I'll drive. So the whole concept is saying as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. And when I met my mentor, I wanted to see the check. Show me your income. Show it to me. And he showed it to me. And he said, hey, listen, what if I endorse this to you? I was like, what? He goes, what if I endorse this and gave you this check? What would you do with it? And I went, man, I'd pay the payments on my car to stop the repo man. I'd get caught up on my rent. I would pay my electricity bill. I didn't have any electricity. And I'm just like, oh, I would do all these things. And then it was the biggest one, because when I got put on workman's comp, I actually, listen to this, I actually told my girlfriend that she needed to go back to Montana. We were living in California. And I said, you know what? If I had that money, I would get an airplane and I would fly back to Montana. And I would beg her, I would tell her I'm sorry, and I would ask her to be my wife. And after I told her all this stuff, he goes, how would that make you feel? How would you make that feel? And I was going, that would be amazing. And he goes, great. Let me tell you what to do. You seen my presentation on a video. And I said, I did. And he says, first thing you got to do is imagine that stuff and get into that energy of imagination. Remember when we're all seeing kids and I want to be a fireman and your imagination is a super cape? How many of you seeing kids, they jump from furniture to furniture and they don't want to land on the carpet or the floor because it's lava? Remember when people imagine? But if you have children, if you are married, or if you have a job, if you have a home, whatever you have, you imagine first. And I think of songs like Willy Wonka, right? Pure imagination. When you get done, go to YouTube and put in Pure Imagination and listen to that song. John Lennon, Imagine. Mercy Me, I Can Only Imagine. You get in that state, and with that excitement, enthusiasm, and thesis is God within. And now you go out there, and I very simply put, check this out, and I put a video link. What video would I use? I would use Jefferson's. I would use John's. When I got involved in MDC 6.5 years ago, I used Josh and Jenna. I asked them to do a Zoom for me. I took that Zoom, recorded it, and then I put it on Facebook. And I put it on YouTube. And I put, check this out. Because my mentor told me to say as little as possible to as many people as I can, as fast as I can. And I said, what if they ask me questions? Go, hey, don't worry about that. Just say, all I know is, and tell a story. So I started telling the stories of people that already went before me. Wait a minute. That's what they do in the Olympics. What made you think of being a gold medalist? Oh, so-and-so, when I was young, I seen so-and-so. So I learned to be excited with imagination, let this little light of mine, let it shine, and constantly reach out to people and say, check this video out, check this video. I see Ollie on here. The only reason that I'm in Cossacks is because I watched Ollie's video. I watched that. Ollie, you are amazing, man. And then behind there came Maddie, and then Jefferson was on there. And so I got that video, I put it on my Facebook and my YouTube, and I shared it with everyone. Everyone. And pow. So a lot of people, what they do is they try to gather knowledge instead of an imagination. And that's what excites me. I don't want to know this stuff. I hear you guys are going to crack up when I say this. Do you guys know I still haven't done a presentation to MDC? Josh Wago, 33 years old, created a company that's almost 10 years old that's done 600 million. I haven't done that. When I got in this company, Jenna made $258,000 a month. That was bigger than any monthly check I received. And he and Jenna were doing this together. So I got them to do a Zoom, and I got that video seen 119,000 times. And my team promoted it, everyone promoted it, and immediately had this thing called duplication. Everything that I do, I ask if anybody else can do it. And here's my Super Saturday training. Have you ever seen a video that made you feel emotional? It maybe inspired you, maybe it made you cry, and maybe it even pissed you off. And while you're watching the video, did you ever go, oh my God, I got to send this to Ollie. I got to send this to Kenny. I got to send this to John. I got to send this to Abdullah. I got to send this to Brett. That's all I do. And people go, wow, you know what? I can watch a video, get excited, and send it. Do you know when I watch a video with Jefferson or John in it, I get to be excited? You want to get excited and go into imagination, just watch the video that you're sharing with everyone over and over again. So I took Ollie's video, Maddie and Jefferson, I put that on YouTube, and I just said, check this out. Then the new promo come out. I did exactly the same thing. And now I have over 19 personal people with the Kosheks, because I'm not the deal. If you hear me in the testimonial, I don't know how to trade. I don't know how to speak Tradenese. I don't know how to speak Vietnamese. I barely speak English. So I don't understand Tradenese. And when you teach people to do, that's when you see people go, I could do that. And I just was on a call the other day, and it really touched my heart, because this girl goes, wow, I not only got in, I got somebody in, and that person already else got somebody in. And so I hope this helped you. I just say as little as possible to as many people as I can. A lot of people don't have the talent and skills that Jefferson and John have, and the other people that are speakers on here, Marin. Man, I am very good at telling other people's story. Check this person out. Check this video. Check this story out. Check this story out. My new testimonial and inspiration is Weezy. You know what I mean? I hope I'm saying his name right. But that's how it's done. And I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. I've been doing this for 37 years, and people, unlike Jefferson, I'm too simple to take a lot of years to make money. I made 10 grand my first 30 days with my mentor because I put 70 people in front of a VHS tape and said, I'm nobody, listen to him. So Jefferson, I'm honored to be on here. I'm turning it back to you. And again, thank you very much for having me on.
You bet, buddy. Hey, I got a few questions for you here.
Sure.
Way, everybody, a VHS was something prior to, that was back when the legends were putting those things in. So I got a question for you, because sure. There's some people that are on here, by the way, great job, like always. There's some people on here and they just think, oh, I'm just going to post a video to Facebook and I'm going to get rich. Obviously, that's not how it works, right? Thank you. Relationships, you've created a lot of value for people over time.
Yes.
Like putting out, you're doing Facebook Lives every day. You're giving value. So what's happened is you've built this contact capital, this value capital in people's lives. So when you post something out there, the people that always follow you and look at your stuff, they're going to look at it because of the value that you've brought to them. So can you expand and unpack a little bit more about, that?
Yeah, because I go back 37 years ago, and I had two friends that were also auto mechanics. I already told you my background. I'm an orphan. I didn't have any family. Nuts. And so when I got in, it was me approaching people and just very simply asking them to do a huge favor. I know people say they don't like that, but I still do that on social media today. The only one I use is Facebook. And what I'll do is I'll follow people that inspire me. And I'll make heartfelt comments on there. And then when other people also make heartfelt comments, I give what I want. I make comments on theirs. They usually reply. And then I'll reach out to them and I'd say, hey, maybe you could do me a huge personal favor. I'd really appreciate it. And they go, what? I said, will you check out this video? I know for a fact you'll know someone who'll benefit. So when I got involved in MDC, I had been out in network marketing for 5 years. I built my entire group and went to super affiliate with all people that I didn't know, Jefferson.
Okay, that's huge, because there's a lot of us that we've had to start over. People that had 5 friends and they all said no. So like, what do I do now? And they think their life is over. It's you can rebuild. My first, I guess you could say, I was part of the double NFL, no friends left and no funds left.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I still haven't gone after people that were in my groups and other companies. I just not interested.
So let's parachute, because we still got some time on your thing here. So let's parachute into your brain real quick. What were you thinking? What are you thinking in your head? You're like, okay, I got to go meet some new people. How do I do it? So tell us a little bit about that. And what are some one-liners? What are some things? Just give us some more downloads here on the recruiting side of things.
Right. My mentor said to me when I watched the video, it's a classic line we all use. What did you like most about what you just seen? To show you how powerful my mentor was, do you realize that I met him when I went to the meeting, but he let the VHS or the video talk. He was doing the presentation and he was in the room. So when I got done, he said, what'd you like most about it? I said, honestly, everything. I didn't understand any of it, but I sure like those circles. I want to be a circle because the income kept going up the more circles you have in your group. So I just wanted to be a circle. So now I'm told the simple thing, say as little as possible to as many people as I could. And I keep telling people I'm not that smart. I really am. I got common sense, but I'm not that smart. So I lived in San Fernando Valley, and it was Van Nuys. And I thought, where's the most people? Where's the most people? Downtown LA. I drove 2.5 hours, Jefferson, to downtown LA to the First Interstate building. And I waited for people to come out. And I just walked up to them and said, hello. And they'd go, hi. And I go, you work around here? They go, yeah, in this business, in this First Interstate building. I was standing there. And then they went, I said, how's that going? Same crap, different day. I said, listen, I'm helping a company expand and they can't find the quality people that they need. Do you know anyone that would like to make 6 figures plus? What is this? Why are you interested? I don't know what it is. Give me your phone number. I'll call you when you get home from work and I'll set up a time to show you a video that I seen. Did most people say, yeah? No? Everyone. But it didn't make a difference because in 30 days, I got 72 people to watch the video. 11 of them got involved. and 6 of them made me a millionaire before the age of 30. So in this day and age, I look at Facebook, people go, what about the other social medias? And I go, I haven't got through the 2.8 active people on Facebook, the 2.8 billion people. I find the people I resonate with, I follow them, make nice comments, and still to this day, I just do that all day, every day. I make everything I want to have happen to me, likes on my comments, hearts on my comments, comments on my comments, shares on my comments. I just do that to other people's deal, and then people start, I like being the #1 contributor on Abraham Hicks's site, or Bob Proctor's site, or John Maxwell's site. Rhonda Byrne. Here's something that I love telling people. Do you guys know that Rhonda Byrne, that wrote The Secret, that made $300 million, do you know that she read Science of Getting Rich and then went on the internet and said, who else gives credit to this book? And then she got them all together and did a video. Then it ended up on Larry King, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah, and made $300 million by promoting somebody else's wisdom?
Dude, that is awesome, man. This is okay. Here's what I got from that. Okay. And hopefully you guys, thank God we're transcribing this and everything, and we can all rewatch it, but you didn't give a crap about the nose. You didn't give a crap of how you looked or how people looked at you or whatever. You just talked to people. And I think one of the biggest fears that everybody has is the fear of starting small, or the fear of looking stupid, or the fear of whatever, starting small because you're not a gazillionaire yet. We all got started somewhere, but you went out and talked to people because you cared more about the result than you did about how you looked in the moment or how you sounded or whatever.
I believe in MDC, and I believed in other companies. So it's not a doubt that this industry's done great things for Kenny. There's not a doubt this industry's done great things for John and for you. It's done incredible things for Joss and Jenna Zweigel. I have to say as little as possible to those that have ears to hear. It's witnessing 101. I tell people, why don't you walk up to people and say, hey, Jefferson, do you know of anyone right now that would love more peace, love in their life? Yeah, me. Great. And I don't talk about a product or a company. I talk about a person. I'm going, Jefferson, listen, I got this guy, John. He's helping me, and he knows all this stuff, and he's really made a lot of success. And I got to introduce you to John, man. He is just the most incredible person. Okay, great. Here's John. He did a video. I want you to watch this video because I sure don't want to waste my time introducing you to John if you're not interested. I hope you can understand that.
I love it. That's awesome, man. Listen, I really appreciate just everything that you shared with us today. I might bring you back to unpack some more things here, but earlier, Kenny was talking, and then from that was like, hey, I've got a plan, I've got a system. And now you talked about, I've got a person. I've got a person you got to introduce. You got to meet somebody. It's funny. I had a guy named Dale Denton. I don't know if you guys remember him in the industry, but Dale is, every time I'd be talking to him, he's like, hey, dude, hey, it sounds like he's leaning in, like he's going to introduce me to a girl, right? He goes, hey, real quick, I want you to meet somebody. Hold on. That's how he would get me on the phone. And the way that he said it, it's like, dude, are you introducing me to, like, I was single at the time. He was like, are you introducing to a girl? It's just so funny the way he did it, right?
Yeah.
Like but he made it about a person. He didn't ask me, hey, I want to introduce you to somebody. He's like, hey, I want you to meet somebody. Hold on one second. Boom. And he clicked me over, and now I'm on the phone with somebody, and it was amazing.
Jefferson, when I hear you and John, and of course, Joss and Jenna, Candace Burt Davis, oh my God, you guys are so articulate. It's just like, a lot of times you guys even use words that I don't know. But I keep thinking of myself when I was young. If someone said, wouldn't you want to be an entrepreneur? The answer would be no. Not because I don't know what it is. It's because I don't want to look stupid because I don't know what that details. And so it would be the same as, hey, do you want to be a gymnast? You know what I mean? No. So when someone said to me, hey, I met this guy that is documented, he's got evidence. And even though I went to super affiliate in record time showing Joss and Jenna's Zoom, when I met Joss and Jenna, they didn't even know what Zoom was. And all I said is, I said, listen, please, I just want to promote you. I'll get a bunch of people on there, and all I wanted them is recorded. That's all. And even just recently, so if you guys looked at my YouTube channel, it's like I have Mark Smith on there. I'm just like, who can explain Dream Trips better than Mark Smith? Jefferson Santos. So everybody always hears me and they go, Robert's making it too simple. Oh my God, if it was complex, I couldn't do it. But I can point to other people, man. I can tell people stories. And Jefferson, you know this mystery. When I tell everyone else's story, I actually never ever cared about my story. Yeah, I went from your story and John and Jenna's story to my people's stories. So now you look at the leaderboard, and I have all these people from Hungary that just rocked it. Shandor and Judith and Laszlo and Arpad and Olga. These people, I just love telling my downline stories. And you know that, Jefferson, because you tell your downline stories. Not about me.
That was perfect, man. So listen, I appreciate your time here, buddy. We got some little bonus time from you. And and if we have some time at the end, we'll unpack some more things. And so I appreciate you jumping on.
I'll stick around.
Yeah, you know what? It's everyone, I want you to understand this. What's his attitude? Do you feel like the light that he's light, he's funny, he doesn't take himself seriously, and he's laughing all the time. And that's one thing you can get away with saying a lot of things there, Robert. Just laugh at the end. You can cut somebody in the face verbally and just laugh, and they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm the guy that always spoke at Eric Worre's events. He allowed me to close them out a couple of times. And I'm the guy that comes out in the flowered shirts and the Jesus sandals, and everybody else is like wearing alligator shoes and $3,000. And I'm just like, people go, why do you dress that way? And I said, because I can. I need to be prepared. And if Eric Worre or Jefferson asks me if I want to go to Dubai, I'm ready. Let's go. So like Kenny said, man, I wrote down what it's liabilities and assets is that incredible testimony that you have. But thank you, Chuck. That is brilliant, Kenny. So I'm looking forward to learning from the rest of the speakers.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Let's keep this thing rocking and rolling here. And so I want to bounce down to Houston, Texas. Marion and Rich, they're a tremendous, young, sharp couple. And Rich is the husband of the couple there, and he's an educator with the Koshiks. And Marion is just crushing the business, also with the Koshiks, as well as other brands as well. And so I just want them to share their quick story of location freedom and how they work this business together and all of that. And so Marion and Rich, I appreciate you guys' leadership. I'm going to hand the mic over to you guys.
All right, let's go, man. Super excited to be here with you guys on this beautiful Saturday morning. And I want to thank Jefferson for having us on this call. It's honestly an honor, guys. You got to understand that I say this all the time for the people that hear our story. When we got first involved in network marketing and trading back in 2018, my very first event, or our very first event, was in Las Vegas. So look at how the stars align, guys. I want you to realize this. 2018, our first event was in Vegas. MDC's corporate office is in Vegas, right? And in our first year, we saw first event was actually Eric Worre's GoPro event. And Jefferson was introduced into the $1 Million Hall of Fame. I believe John Parenza as well. At that time, we don't know that we're going to be working hands-on with these gentlemen. We don't know that we're going to be a part of a company that's headquartered in Vegas. We're just showing up to our very first event. And I want to start with this because, guys, you have to have that internal belief that every action you are taking towards your future is going to make so much sense later. Not right now, but later. So to be on a call with Robert Hollis, with Jefferson Santos, to be sharing this environment of giving value and pouring back into the new community that's looking to create their success, it's very humbling. And I say that because we have been able to do great things in the industry 5, almost 6 years in now, but we have so much more to go, right? So many more levels to reach. And that's why we stay plugging into these calls, stay plugging in as a student to these trainings, because you never know that one extra nugget that you're going to need to go to the next level. So again, thank you guys for having us on here. But yes, my name is Richard Lantigua, aka Rich Bendigo, one of the Akashics educators here. And none of this would be possible if it wasn't for my wife, Marianne. She does an amazing job of hosting calls, helping us grow the business, and really facilitating all of our events and a lot of the marketing that goes into Akashics as well. So would not be able to do what I do without Marianne. But guys, we're talking about location freedom. Those are the topics that Jefferson wanted us to cover on a little bit. And man, I can honestly say that thanks to network marketing and trading, but more specifically, Akashics and My Daily Choice, we have traveled more now in the last year and a half than we've probably traveled like our whole lives. And the craziest thing, guys, is that we don't travel just to escape our reality. It is our reality. And I want you to understand that whether you are just joining the business, right? You just got started, whether you are a super affiliate, whether you have a lot of money or not right now, you still need to find a way to get to the next event. Still find a way to book a dream trip. Find a way to get to all of these amazing events that we have coming up, right? Tapped In Experience coming up in a few weeks in Toronto, Canada. We have United Kingdom event. We have the Slovakia event. We got Dubai. Guys, why do we get to these events? It's not just to go and have fun, right? That is just one level of why we go to events. Having fun is just going to happen by default, right? But it's the intention that we have to understand when we go to these events. Events are going to be what allows you to do a couple of things. Number one is to connect with the people that have the results that you want. The only reason why we're probably on this training right now with Jefferson more than anything is because we went to that trip about a year and change ago to the Dominican Republic. It was for the Escapes trip, Escapes in Dominican Republic. And I remember so vividly being able to go on like a charter boat with a slide in the water, and we were able to spend quality time with Jefferson. We got to eat ice cream with him, just like little funny moments. But I just remember being like, wow, man, this is Jefferson Santos. Like, we've seen this dude completely run the game for decades, and he's taking the time to just pour into us, teach us things, get to know us on a personal level. And it really showed us that this business is about developing, right? Developing new leaders, about pouring into the next generations, because that's what's really going to create the long-term success in these brands that we're building and in this business that we're doing. So again, I want to thank Jefferson for leading by example, showing us the importance of getting to these events, trips, etc. We've been to other great events like our Tennessee event for the View. Man, I can just really Cabo event we just had recently. I forget how many trips we've been on, but guys, the connections you're making, right? Don't just go to events and travel and do all that to be a fly on the wall. Go with the intention, the same way that you prospect on the street, the same way that you saw Robert talking about connecting with strangers to show the business. Guys, connect with the leaders, connect with your CEOs, connect with the top affiliates here, right? Build those genuine relationships, right? Build those relationships, because again, access is everything, man. We would not be in the positions we are in right now if it wasn't for the people that we knew. I've been doing the same thing I've been doing trading for the past years, but it wasn't until Matthew Thayer found out who I was because of the connections I had linking me to him that said, wow, Rich, like, I believe in you as a trader. I believe in you as a leader. I want to pour into you. I want you to be a part of the inner circle, and let's grow a cost checks. If it wasn't for that connection right there, man, would have been a way different story. But guys, location freedom, to wrap up this, is the best thing about what we do, because we don't feel tied down, right? We can explore, we can go and meet new cultures, new people, and feel that fulfillment of the business. And so when you talk about trading, when you talk about network marketing, you can get on your phone and make a call. We get enrollments on the go. We can catch trades on the go with trade alerts, tap to trade, etc. So man, it's a very fulfilling lifestyle and a very free lifestyle. And I think that's what we love the most about it.
Yeah, for sure. You guys were just in Cancun as well for Maria's birthday, right? With the family and all that. So you guys did a little bit of training on the beach and in the hotel room on the Zoom, and then you guys were having fun. Once again, it's who doesn't want to be at a resort and then do a little bit of work that's your purpose, that you enjoy, that's not drudgery, and then go throw your phone in the beach bag and jump in the beach.
Absolutely.
So that was really cool. I appreciate you guys hopping on today and sharing this with us, because it's important for everybody to hear from people from all walks of life, different ages, different places around the world and country, and all of that. So I appreciate you guys' leadership and everything you guys are doing for us here.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Thanks,
guys.
man. Appreciate it so much. And guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your training and the rest of your Saturday evening. Last thing I'll say real quick before we go is, guys, this is the year of creating content, right? We posted the vlog for Cancun. We post vlogs for every single trip that we do, because, man, you will not believe how many people get exposed to the business when you post on different social medias like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Show people the fun that you're having. Capture the moment on your camera. You have it there. So guys, catch the vlogs, catch the videos, because that's where it's at right now for us.
I love it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Definitely do that. Document your life. Document a life worth living, right? Even if you're starting small, you're documenting all that, because think about this, back to imagination that Robert was talking about. I want you to imagine yourself on stage getting the 100K affiliate award or the 500, 250K, 550K, 500,000 K affiliate award. And you're showing, or they're showing a couple of clips of you on your first presentation, or a couple of clips for you on your first dream trip, or a couple of clips from your very first event, right? Showing the progression of where you started and then where you're at now. And so you got to start documenting everything right now. So as we move along, guys, I've got another living legend with us. He's a $1 Million Hall of Famer, network marketing. He's a multiple 8-figure earner. This guy he sponsored Matthew Thayer into MDC, which really helped the rebirth of Akashics and all of that. And he's been doing so much for this industry. He's been doing so much for MDC, and he is a pillar, when it comes to MDC, when it comes to the network marketing profession. And he's here with us today and here with us at MDC. So Mr. John Haremza, what's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Hey, doing fantastic. Can you hear me okay?
You look good. You sound good, man. And I'm going to pass the mic over to you, my friend.
Okay, fantastic. Wow. This Zoom so far has just been incredible to be a part of something like this with all of the incredible talent that makes up MDC, that makes up even this Zoom here today. Guys, you should count your blessings to be a part of something like this because, when I entered the industry, I knew nothing. I was 24 years old, literally had never traveled more than 100 miles away from my hometown. I mean, I was so naive about everything. And I can tell you, I owe this industry, I owe, so many incredible, talented people like you're hearing here on this Zoom today for, all that I've learned and the personal development that comes along with being involved in this industry, in my daily choice. And super excited and honored to be here. And I want to share some thoughts with you guys. Part of the theme of our Zoom here this morning is prospecting, right? It's, we all want to build our businesses. And guys, here's the truth, right? Is the only thing that is going to build your business, my business, any of our businesses, it is new people, right? That's what we get paid for. We get paid to talk to people that are not yet involved in our business, talk to people that are not yet using our products, and talk to people not just for ourselves, but talking to people within our organization to help them bring people in board. Because that's the only thing that's going to grow our businesses is new people. So I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to give you some thoughts on this. I could go super, super deep into this, but I'm just going to go quickly into this. Okay. And the first thing I want to talk about, and that is everything is about belief, right? People by people. It's your passion, it's your posture, it's your belief, your enthusiasm about what it is you're doing that will attract or influence others. It's not so much what you say, it's more important how you feel about what you say. Now, here's a quick example of that. When I first got started in the industry, okay, I didn't know what I was talking about. And when I was done talking to people, they didn't know what I was talking about, but they wanted to join me. I don't know what you're doing, but I want to do it too. It was my excitement. It was my energy. It was like I saw something that was possible that I didn't ever know existed, right? That I could be. I was a blue collar worker, right? Living in a small town in Minnesota, high school education, learning disability. Literally, I went through school trying to be invisible, right? And I think they just pushed me along because I was this nice, quiet kid over in the corner and just pushed me through so I could graduate, right? And I came out of high school. I went to work in a factory. I was a maintenance person, a welder, if you will, and got introduced to this concept. And it's the environment of success, right? You've heard that talk about you are the average of the 5 people you most hang around with. I was hanging around with people that were making minimum wage like I was. That was my world where I got exposed in this industry to people that were making in a week what I made in a year. And all of a sudden you begin to see everything differently, right? So part of the success is you have to get around the fire, right? So we have this event coming up in Vegas next weekend. There's events all over. And I've been to events that I didn't want to go to, but I've never been to an event that I wish I wouldn't have went to, right? Because once you go, even if circumstances and life may not be perfect to where you can attend or afford, but if you can push yourself and go, I can promise you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I almost didn't attend. I'm so happy that I did attend because all of these things build that belief. And you have to have belief in these areas, right? Because I personally believe There's not a better business model, especially for the everyday person, that we have here in this industry of network marketing, to be able to leverage all of the knowledge of Josh and Jana, the infrastructure that they've created for us to go out there and share this around the world and provide all of these incredible products at no cost. Matter of fact, we get paid to promote this, right? So I tell people it's like we're an entrepreneur, versus an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneurs, they have to take on all of the risks. They're the last one to get paid. Here, we get to leverage this incredible infrastructure and to be able to business all over the world with none of that overhead and none of that risk, right? Number one, guys, you need to believe, because as you get out there and talk to people, you're going to hit negative people. You're going to get pushback. That's a pyramid. That's this, that's that. Nobody ever makes any money. Guys, listen, this is the best. I look at some of the things other people do in the world of business, and I'm like, oh my God, that makes my head hurt. I can't believe, what you have to do to make a little bit of money in starting some type of a small business, like a mom and pop shop in a corner somewhere, and the overhead and the risk. So again, what we have is taking an everyday person, an average person, and giving them an opportunity to have an extraordinary life. You heard Rich and Marianne talk about how much they've traveled through this. This industry allows people to do things, experience things, grow personally by getting around the right type of people. So again, this industry, you need to believe obviously in the company, the incredible infrastructure, the products that we have, and you need to believe in yourself. And all of that happens here, but you have to stay plugged in, right? Because again, it's not so much what you say, it's how you feel about what you say. And it's not even so much about what you know, it's that feeling. Robert talked a little bit about that emotion, right? That just sharing that video that got him excited, because he knew if it got him excited, it would get other people excited. And then just sharing it with as many people as possible, right? So I think so many times we tend to just overcomplicate, what it is we do. What we do is incredibly simple. Here's another quick point I want to make is you're either buying or you're selling. When you're talking to people, and this is not just in our business, this is in life. When you're talking to people, you're either buying someone else's story or they're buying your story. And whoever has the greatest level of belief or conviction is going to have influence over the other person. Now, let me give you a quick example of this. Once you enter in this industry, it's like other people in this industry that are maybe doing something else may try to approach you. And if you fall into this trap, right? Hey, listen, I'll look at what you're doing if you look at what I'm doing. Right away, by saying that, you've showed some weakness that you maybe don't 100% believe in what you're doing because you're open to looking at something else. Now, imagine just this shift of the way you respond to that. Listen, I have no interest in what it is you're doing, right? But you do need to look at what I'm doing. Right away, they're going to see and this message that, wow, you are really serious. You're really committed. You really believe in what it is you're doing. And it's going to make them question what they're doing. This belief is such of an incredibly, and so anything you can do, whether when I first gotten, and Robert talked about this as well, listening, I had the VHS tapes and I would watch them before I'd start my calls, before I'd go to a Zoom, or not a Zoom back then, I would go to a live meeting, I would be listening to the audio cassette tapes, right? I'd be listening to the videos to get stuff fresh in my mind to the point where it just started to come out of me naturally at the right moment because I just absorbed that all. Find messages, find information, whether it's about the product, whether it's about the business, whether it's about network marketing, and listen to it, watch it repeatedly to where it becomes so embedded into your subconscious, into your belief system that you'll be having stuff pop out of your mouth in that circumstance in prospecting when an objection or something comes across that you're like, oh my God. And again, it comes across with a lot of belief. Another incredibly important thing is say less to more people, right? What you want to do is you want to stimulate. Robert again talked about this, not making himself the issue, making the tools the issue, right? Making the tools the issue, making the audio, making the Zoom, because what you want to do is when you're prospecting, you don't want to give somebody a drink with a fire hose. And when somebody expresses a little bit of interest, We have a tendency to just dump onto them everything we know. And Jefferson talked about this at the very beginning, even this Zoom, right? You're going to retain a small percentage of what it is you hear here today. It's that repetition that is going to cement that in your mind, right? And so if you go into just like dumping on somebody, you're going to overwhelm them, and likely you're going to, because here's another incredibly important point, right? Everything you do sets an example of what others think they have to do, right? So if you come across as an expert, if you come across with all of this and just pour into somebody, a prospect, all this information, you may impress them. But what are they going to be thinking? Wow, I could never know all that. I could never learn all that. I don't think I could do that, right? Again, your job, say less to more people, stimulate an interest, right? Because at the starting point to grow your business and continue to grow your business, it's about new people and it's about prospecting. So let me give you a few very simple, because one of the things that I found in prospecting is asking questions. And rather than telling somebody something, you need to, as Stephen Covey, right? In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he says, seek first to understand, then to be understood, right? So to find out where someone is coming from versus dumping onto them, listening, right? Listening and asking thought-provoking questions that can get someone to open up and find out where they are. So let's talk about a few of these things, right? You're with a coworker, you're at an event, you're with family, it doesn't matter, wherever it is. You could be at a sporting event and you're in a conversation with someone. You could be standing in line and talking about the economy and just there's a lot of fear and stuff going out there. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a plan B? And they may respond, well, what do you mean a plan B? What is that? Something happens. Let's say your company closes down or you lose your job or you're not able to do your job. Maybe you get injured or something. Do you have a plan B? No, I don't. I've never really thought about it. Listen, I have one and you really need to check it out, right? Because you know what, if something happened to my full-time job, it's like almost be a blessing because I've got something I'm so excited about, right? So again, thought-provoking questions to make people think. Right? I mean, who can argue with the fact that it makes sense to have a plan B, right? This is another great question is, between you and I, how are things really going? So again, it's building that rapport, it gets that person to open up to you. To be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm falling behind. I don't know what I'm going to do. And so you find out, again, your goal is to try to, again, seek first to understand, then to be understood, find out where those pain points are, find out what's going on in their life, listen, pay attention, and ask questions. And you're going to find that is going to naturally lead into, I've got something, right? I've got something you need to check out. So again, it's stimulating an interest, and then you want to use the Zooms, you want to use the videos, you want to use all of the tools then to satisfy the interest, right? Because the satisfying the interest, that's going to be strengthening, building that belief. But again, if you try to do it on your own, they're going to think they're going to have to do it. But if you stimulate an interest and then you direct them to a Zoom, direct them to a website, direct them to something that's going to give them more information. And again, if you give them too much information, then they don't think they need to go check that out because based on the way you communicated it, they're making a decision if this is something for them or not, right? And if you don't do a good job, it's not for me, right? Stimulate that interest and use tools, all the various things that we have available to build that belief and satisfy that interest. Do you know anyone who hates their job? Yeah, me. Do you keep your income options open? These are all incredibly simple, thought-provoking questions that can lead to a natural opening to prospect. Right. And to get them to say, yeah, I went, because nobody likes to be told what to do. Nobody likes to be told what they're doing is not good. Right. You want to let them come to that conclusion themselves by asking the right questions. Have you ever thought about doing something else? Most people will say, yeah, I have, but I just don't know how that's even possible. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I can't take the risk. You know what? I've got something you can do part-time without giving up the security of your full-time job. You can learn as you earn. And like me and so many others, we've been able to transition into something that has completely and totally changed my life. And I think it could do it for you too. Are you open to looking, right? And then of course, one of the things that I love to do is always ask for referrals. When it's not for them, hey, you know anyone? Hey, you love your job, but you know anyone that hates their job, right? Everything is going great in your life, but do you know anyone that is unhappy or looking for something or having this issue or that issue or to learn trade, whatever it is, right? And then you always want to say, can I reconnect with you? And here's the thing, guys, when somebody tells you no, it doesn't mean no. It just means no, not now. Maybe it's because you didn't do a really good job sharing it with them. So you can come back to them and say, hey, listen, I talked to you 90 days ago, and I really just need to apologize because I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't really understand, but I do now. And you need to take a look, right? Or when you talked to them 90 days ago, maybe everything was going perfect in their life. And now all of a sudden, something's caught up with them, or they've had a really conflict at work or whatever it is. So circumstances always change. So when someone says no, that's not no, it's just no, not now. But you have to use your common sense on this because you don't want to follow up with them constantly or you're going to irritate them. It's coming back and reconnecting. Hey, it's been a little while since we've talked, because when people say no, it's because they either don't believe, you may have did a terrible job, maybe they just don't like you. There are all kinds of things that lead to that no, and all of them can change, right? And then one of the things that I like to do in this process of prospecting is I like to find out where their head is. And this is, again, so incredibly simple. I use it literally every day on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being ready to get started. Where are you? And they may just say, I'm an 8, right? And I say, okay, great. What do you need to see? What can I do? What needs to happen to move to a 10? See, one of the mistakes we make is we just start, they're not making a decision. They're not saying no, they're not saying yes. And we just keep low. What you want to do is you want to find out what the issue is, what's holding them back. And sometimes they don't even know themselves, but when asked the question, it makes them think about it. To be honest with you, my spouse isn't on board. Listen, we've got a wedding coming up and I just feel like I need to get through that, right? Or I don't have the money. What you want to do is find out what the holdback is, and then you can focus on helping overcome that obstacle, that objection, that thing that is holding them back from moving forward, right? So the scale of 1 to 10, I use it throughout the entire process, sometimes initially when I even begin to prospect. Okay, I want to throw this up there too, because this is an incredible, simple technique. I use it literally unconsciously almost every day in life and also in business. It's feel, felt, found, right? Again, one of the mistakes people make in the process of prospecting is, and they make this in the process of life, is they argue with people, right? When you argue with somebody, they shut down. So what you want to do is you want to open someone up. So somebody says, I'm not interested. It's not for me. I don't have, whatever it is. I don't care what the objection is. These 3 words will move the process forward. Okay. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And let me tell you what I found out. Well, that's a pyramid. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Nobody ever whatever it is, say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I thought network marketing was one of those businesses where you make no money and lose your friends. What I found out was it's the most efficient, effective way to bring a product from manufacturer to inline user. What I found out was it's probably the only chance a guy like you or I have to really having a business and to be able to go all around the world. What I found out was it's the most efficient, effective way to bring a product to manufacturer. Again, what you do is you agree with them. So when you agree with somebody, it breaks down all the barriers, right? Rather than argue where all the defenses come up, you want to agree with them by I know how you feel. Then you empathize with them. I felt the same way. And it opens their mind up. Okay, you know how I feel. You actually felt the same way, but yet you're doing it. Let me see what it is. Why are you doing what you found out? So again, an incredible technique. I already touched on this again. When somebody also throws an objection out, answering a question with a question, it tells them now that you're really paying attention and you really want to understand where they're coming from and what it is that they're thinking about. Okay, and this is
Great
actually
stuff, man. This is great stuff, John.
I'm just sorry, I'm not interested. And I love this line. Listen, you are way too sharp, and this is way too big for you not to take a few minutes and understand what's going on here, right? When somebody, maybe it's a good friend, and just say, listen, you are way too sharp, and this is going to be way too big for you not to take a few minutes and understand what it is that's going on here, right? Who can say no to that? They're almost all the time, and especially if you do it with a level of confidence, right? Hey, listen, this is going to be way too big. You are way too sharp not to understand what's happening here. Okay. So again, I just wanted to share that info, guys. It's an incredible business. to be around and rub shoulders and have people like Jefferson and Robert Hollis, and we heard Kenny earlier, and Rich and Marianne. Guys, the talent that wants to pour into you to help you succeed is unbelievable. All you have to do is accept it, right? And just stay plugged in and be involved. And you're going to wake up one day, as I did, and just lay like, how in the world did this happen to me? How did my life so transform into something that I could have never even thought of or imagined it could be? Jefferson, with that, back to you.
John, I appreciate it, man. That was so much great stuff, especially that last part you talked about. You're way too smart. This is way too big for you to pass up. That right there it's one of the most powerful things I've ever heard, man. And once again, wisdom for ages. You could do a whole clinic for a weekend, man. So John, appreciate your talent. Thanks for carving out some time to pour into us today, man. And appreciate you more than my friend. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet, man. All right. So listen, here's what we got going on for the rest of the time as we wrap up today. All right. We've got 3 more speakers that are going to talk for about 5 minutes each. They got some power-packed stories that I want you to hear from. And one of them, well, actually, we got 2 of them that are new 50Ks with MDC. Okay. And then at the very end, I got some marching orders for you to really send you in a direction. All right. So just round out here as we wrap up here today. And so I'm going to bring on this guy. Man, this guy, Akashics and MDC ratcheted up another gear when this guy joined. And he is super sharp. He has a ton of energy. He has a wealth of knowledge. And he is doing so well over here at MDC, but really leading a lot of people. He's got teams in Europe and different places, Slovakia, that is exploding. And so, Ali, I appreciate you carving some time out. I know you popped over to Toronto today to work with your team over there to get ready for the big Toronto event. So, Ali, share with us a little bit about your quick backstory and what you're so excited about on MDC and Akashics right now. Ali?
Hey, thank you so much, Jefferson. I really appreciate you, bro. And all the speakers today, you guys absolutely smashed it. And every single person on this call, do me a favor before I even get started. Just send a big thank you, your favorite emoji in the chat box. Let every speaker know that you recognize them, that you respect them, and that you're so grateful that they poured into you today. Guys, light up the chat box. There's almost 300 people on this webinar, guys. I need to see, there we go. This is what I'm talking about, guys, right there. And I'm also going to show you what we're doing right now in Toronto. We got this beautiful studio space rented out here right now, and we're recording some amazing content for our event in September 7th here in Toronto, aka the 6th, guys. Super, super excited about everything we have going on here with the Akashics and MDC. So guys, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Ali Saleh. I've been in this amazing network marketing industry full-time since right around April of 2020. And when I started in this industry, I had no idea left from right. I had no clue what I was doing, but I knew that I really wanted to absolutely change not just my life, but the lives of thousands of people around me. So I just went to work, and you heard amazing speakers today telling you exactly what you need to do in order for you to be successful. But the reality is, guys, we could give you all the skills training in the world. If you don't have the mindset and the heart to go out there and actually do it, then it's not going to happen. And that's something I had to realize early on in my career. I had no clue how I was going to do this, if it was meant for me. I see all these success stories in the industry, and I thought to myself, how can that happen for me? How can that happen for my leaders and my team and the people around me? And I knew that I just needed to stay close to the fire, and I needed to just do something that I've never done before. And that was pick one thing and just go absolutely all in. I burned every single bridge, and I made sure that I went all in with one thing until I reached to the levels that I wanted to reach. And I'm not done. We're still going. We're still babies in this industry, no matter what's happened over the last 4 years. I'm pretty sure Jefferson will tell you he's not done yet. He's still gunning to come in here and hit master affiliate, super affiliate, make 7 figures a month, help other people create 6 and 7 figures for themselves. So it's never a destination, guys. It's a journey. And that's what you truly have to understand. So really, for me, when I was looking to partner with a new brand, I had to look at the company, right? I had to look at what are these people all about? Where are they at from a perspective of integrity when it comes down to communications, when it comes down to technology? And Akashics and MDC literally was the clear front runner. And it was so easy for me to make the decision to partner with this brand, to lock arms with Maddie Pips, to lock arms with Josh and Jenna Zweigel, to work with the likes of people like Jefferson and John Haremza. And truly, it's been a life-changing experience for me. And I look at Akashics right now, in comparison to any of the other competition in the industry. And absolutely nobody in the industry has what we have to offer. They don't have our leadership. They don't have our timing. They don't have our positioning. They don't have our technology. They don't have our educators, our signals. We have people passing their funded accounts literally every single week. Last week, we had over 56 people pass their funded account challenges using our services. Guys, you have the ability to leverage other people's money and other people's expertise to build wealth for yourself. We have the best wealth building tools that the industry has right now. And I promise you, in the next 12 months, Akashex will be completely unrecognizable. Nobody in the industry is going to understand what we did or how we did it. They're just going to know that we did it. And I'm not speaking about this for my own personal opinion. I'm talking to leaders all across the industry in different companies, and they're just paying very close attention to, oh my God, Joby joined? Abdullah Sandhu is here? Matthew Thayer is there? What's going on over there? This place looks like a place I can plant my flag. Why? Because we have the right leaders in the deal. And right now, what's about to happen to Akashex is, I'm talking about parabolic. We're going to break this thing through the stratosphere, and we're really going to take this to the next level. And I really believe in the mission and the vision and everything that we have. Last night, we were sitting down talking to some of these leaders here in Toronto, and they asked me a question. What do we need to do to be successful? And I said, you just need to make a commitment. So every single person on this webinar right now, just like I made a commitment 4 years ago to revolutionize my entire life. And since the day I did that, me and my wife, we've been able to travel to over 22 different countries. We've seen all the best beaches of the world, all the most luxurious buildings. None of these things would have been possible if we hadn't done what? Commit. So I need you today to commit to the process. Forget the excuses. You know, somebody was asking me last night, how do you deal with negativity? And the answer is simple. I just simply don't entertain it. If it's not going to benefit me, if it's not going to make me better, I'm not going to entertain it. So my family, my friends, my neighbors, people on social media, if they're haters or naysayers, I'm blocking them out of my way. I don't need to hear it. If it doesn't serve me, I'm not going to serve it. So each and every single one of you right now, you need to write today's date down. You need to write the 17th down, and you say, today is the day that I make a commitment, and I'm going to follow a set, structured pathway for me to be successful. And I'm going to pick a few of these brands or one of these brands. Maybe it's Akashex, maybe it's Dream Trips, maybe it's Hempwork, whatever it is for you. Pick a brand and just run it to the moon, guys. Unapologetically, be relentless in your approach. Don't take no for an answer. Talk to everybody, because that's what's going to help you win. I love what John said. John said, we get paid to talk to people. So if you're not talking to people, guess what? You're not getting paid. Simple. It's that simple, guys. And I know we've been on this call for over an hour and a half. I'm going to get myself out of the way, because the next speaker who's coming up here, guys, my respect for this individual is up here. He's a leader's leader. He's a consummate professional. He's somebody who really knows how to take someone who knows nothing about the industry and turn them into a dynamic leader. And when you have someone like that in your company, you tap into that person. You pay attention. You don't do anything else but what that person tells you. So I'm excited for our next speaker, guys. I'm going to get myself out of the way. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Let's take Akashex and MDC to the moon. Jefferson, bro, thank you so much for putting this whole thing together. You're a legend and a champion, bro. I'm so happy to be running shoulder to shoulder with you. Back to you, brother. Thank you.
Awesome. Ali, man, bringing the energy too, man. I appreciate you. Listen, everybody, as you guys just felt him there, right? Everything rises and falls on leadership. We have a concentration of leadership that is happening, that's been happening over the last few months. And here's another one that you're about to hear from. Okay. Abdullah Sandhu in the UK, in London, he's about to speak here. And this guy is like he was the #1 guy over there in Europe, in that part of the world. I know the UK is not Europe, UK and Europe and all of that. Okay. He just came over here just a couple of months ago and boom, hit 25K, hit 50K as well. And he's on his way to 100K. And listen, Abdullah, I appreciate you carving some time out. I know you're running and gunning. Every time I talk to you, you're driving 4 hours here, this city, or on a train over here, going everywhere, building teams. And it's amazing, man. I appreciate your leadership. And share with us a little bit about your quick backstory and what you're excited about here at Akashex and MDC.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you, sir. It's such a great honor for me to invite me on this call. Thank you very much for organizing this call, I would say. And I want to say a big gratitude to Josh and Jenna as well to build this wonderful platform where anyone can come from any walks of life and they can really start to design their life instead of just looking at, okay, they are only here to live life. And thank you very much to all the wonderful speakers. I really learned a lot, made notes, and I'm really grateful to be in this environment. Ladies and gents, a little bit my background. I'm just an ordinary person, but I was always a dreamer. I always wanted to do something big in my life, but there were certain circumstances in my life. I was not able to get any formal qualification, never been to college, uni. I used to work in London, literally 7 days a week, 11 hours every day. That was my life for 4 years. And through this industry, a lot of things started to change into my life. I remember, especially particularly about trading, I got a phone call a while back, and somebody asked me, in the last 10 years, the amount of money flown to your bank account, did you make any money on that? And I said, no. He said, what if I show you a way that you can start to multiply the money which you have already? Ladies and gentlemen, that was a triggering moment for me. I came on board into the industry of trading, into the industry of network marketing. And it's been a while I'm in this industry, loving it. This industry completely changed my life. But one of the biggest thing was I not only just for myself, what I earned mainly from this industry, I was able to meet so many wonderful people like Bob Proctor, one of my personal mentors. He sadly passed away 2 years ago. Wonderful, amazing leaders I met. I experienced so many wonderful environments, traveled to different countries, and mainly this industry changed me. This industry helped me not only to accomplish a lot of things for myself, for my family, but I literally went all out. I remember asking Bob Proctor one day, I said, Bob, I want to be a billionaire. And Bob said, yes, you can. I said, how can I be? He said, go and impact the life of 1 billion people and you will be a billionaire. So ladies and gents, I really found this industry as my passion. This industry is my passion. I love people. People are my passion. And this is one of the great things I saw. And when I look into MDC, I could see clearly the technology they have, the leadership they have, the heart for people they have. I could see clearly, yes, this company is for me. This company is made for myself. I don't know about other people. This is made for me. I can see clearly wonderful services. I can see the leadership here. I can see, most importantly, they have a heart for people. Because as John C. Maxwell said, leadership is not a hard work. It's a hard work. I could see the heart of Jefferson. I could see that Josh and Jenna, Robert, John, when they were speaking, I could see they are the leaders. I am gladly and happily to follow all these wonderful people because I can see they are not just here for themselves, but for a lot of people. Their plan is not just to impact their life, but they are here to impact a lot of lives all over the world. So when I came across this platform, I said to myself, you know what? Every single thing is available, whether it's a basic education, whether it's an advanced live education, the scanners, the trade ideas, all the health products are here. Travel is here. Ladies and gentlemen, literally, this is a one-stop shop. If you have, I want to say, if you have any kind of goals to achieve in your life, you don't need to look for more, but you need to have those goals, have those dreams, big dreams. Everything is here. Listen to these wonderful leaders and you will see you are the next success story. So if it's okay, I can quickly share something more about, if you really want to win, we have so many people in this call right now. Work on your attitude, because your success or failure has nothing to do with your mental capacity, but it has to do with your attitude. I love what John C. Maxwell said. He said, God will choose what you will go through in life, and you will choose how to go through it. Ladies and gents, as long as you have the winning mentality, winning attitude, you want to win, it does not matter where you are. It does not matter where you were in life. Your future has nothing to do with your present or past. So many, I know everybody wants to have a great future, isn't it? I believe everybody wants a great future. And I always give this example. I study a lot of words. Have you ever studied the word future? If you look into the dictionary, the definition of future is a period of time following the moment of speaking or writing. Okay, so write down your goal, speak your future over and over again. Eventually, you will start to believe. Most people don't achieve their goals because they are always speaking their present. They are speaking their past. Their present will become their future. If you want to have the future, write it down, speak it. Have these wonderful mentors around you. Ladies and gents, we are going to create in this platform, My Daily Choice, Akash X. We are going to impact so many lives all over the world. We are not stopping. We are just starting 24/7. We are working hard because I believe in this platform. I love the training was going on earlier. And our wonderful leader said, you need to feel it. The belief is something which you can feel it. So I feel that. This is why I'm speaking right now, because I feel that. Because thinking leads to feeling, and feeling leads to where? Action, and action always produces results. So I feel it now. This company is going to impact so many lives of people in this call right now. You are the one of the pioneers, the success story, not only for yourself, but you are going to impact so many lives. So keep holding that. Vision is something, if you keep holding it, vision never, ever lies. Be the part of this moment and let's make it all happen together. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir.
I love it, my friend. I got a quick question for you. That was amazing, bro. Like just power packed as well. So I remember the other day, I think it was a week or two ago, you shared with me how much you started your trading account, one of your trading accounts, and then what that account is now. Just one of your accounts. Do you mind just sharing that with everybody?
My God. I'm always scared to make it. Yeah, I started one of the account that was very small, couple of $100 only. And it's quite a few millions now.
Yeah. I know he can't, maybe because of compliance reasons, he didn't want to say the amount, and that's good that but like just a few $100s, and now it's like in the millions. Just, it's crazy, man. So listen, I appreciate you casting that vision and also leading the way. And we're just so happy to have you here at Akashics and MDC as well. And I'll look forward to seeing you in person in London too, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you bet, brother. You bet. All right, guys, listen, we got two more left. And this is, I'm telling you, we're picking up speed even more. We've had an amazing lineup of speakers today. I hope you got tons of notes and all of that. And so we've got two more people here, and then we're going to give some marching orders and wrap this thing up. And so I'm going to bounce over to the I guess it's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All right. He is a top Akashics educator. Okay. But he has a unique story because he started as an educator trader, but now he's starting to build, and he'll share that real quick. But Brent Bedell, real quick, brother, pop on here. I'm going to give the mic to you and appreciate your leadership and your talent and educating everybody. What's up, Brent?
Thank you, Santos. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody else here. Man, it is always a pleasure. It's always an amazing blessing to be here again. Another Super Saturday call. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Oh, 300 people tuned in. Thank you very much. Amazing leadership. I'll make sure to not take much time here so we keep on running. A lot of you already know my story. I'll just cram it in really quick here. College dropout, did the 9-to-5 for many years, been working since I was 12. I was always about myself. So I needed to figure things out. It was just the way that I was raised, right? Of, hey, you need to get up before the sun goes up and you need to do it yourself. If not, nobody's going to do it for you. That's all I had. I didn't have no mindset, nothing like that. But I still was able to keep on going along through life. And I knew something wasn't right at one moment of my life. I went from one job, manufacturing warehouse, to another one. I went from $6 to $7. I was so excited. Went there on my first day of work, focused right away on what I had to do. I was buffing parts, interior parts for Chrysler Cadillac. And when I sat down for lunch, I realized that, okay, I'm around like 20 something years old at that time. And everybody around here is my dad or older. And I'm like, okay, something's not right here. And when I started talking to people, I'm like, hey, how long have you been here? Oh, I've been here for 15 years. And I'm like, and you're a buffer too? Something is not right here in life. That was one of those aha moments, right? So that's just really resuming this, but I want to bring really to you at this part, the really important part is what Santos just touched there, right? So really it's important of the importance of proximity, of being around the right people. And that's what I did not know. Before, I thought it was just about me and that was it. I need to figure things out. I didn't realize that I need to be around the right people, the power of proximity. And just like Dr. Ellen Langer says, rather than wasting time being stressed over making the right decision, make the decision right. That, like, again, all these little things I started learning from amazing leaders, grabbing books, grabbing the right audiobooks and learning more stuff like that, of the importance of really what goes behind those decision making. It's not about stressing over the right decision. It's making that decision. And that's something that happened to me. That's really what happened to me here. So I came here to Akashics as an educator. This is me saying, network marketing is fake. It's a scam. It doesn't work, because I had failed so many times. So when I came in, I said, hey, man, just letting you know right now, I've built nothing for the last years. You want an educator? I'm very happy to do that. That's all I'm coming here for, okay? Awesome. The first 30 days, that was it. I was focused on educating. I didn't even log into the My Daily Choice website. Hey, I'm transparent, guys. I'm letting you guys know the truth. I was all about trading. Until February, when we went to boot camp here in Dallas, which, again, even back then, I would have probably never gone, because if it was in any other state, I would have been the number one to make excuses like I always did before. But because it was literally 20 minutes away, and literally I even told my wife, I was like, honey, because we built together, I was like, I'll probably go a little bit later. I'll probably do this. And she was like, honey, just go. I was like, okay, fine. So I went to that Dallas event. I went to that boot camp. And right then and there is when everything changed. Everything changed for me. Guys, literally 30 days after boot camp, we hit 1K. Coming from somebody that couldn't sign one person up, we hit 1K immediately after that. Jim Rohn said, what shall I do for progress? You must decide. Getting on with it is easier than deciding. And the decision itself is the toughest part. And I love that Ali said about commitment, right? Because that decision is made every single day until you commit to success. Bob Proctor said 3 things that everybody wants. I know everybody knows here Bob Proctor. Love it. I did not know who Bob Proctor was before my daily choice. Hey, love it. Bob Proctor said 3 things that really everybody, it's not that they want wealth. They just don't want to have financial concerns. They want to be able to buy whenever you want. We know that, right? Number 2, you want to wake up excited. You want to wake up happy where you are in life. And number 3, mix with the right people who are upbeat and creative. For me, in this situation, I had to have number 3 first for everything else to line up. I lived number 3 at my first My Daily Choice event. I mixed with the right people, upbeat, creative people. I was able to meet Santos for the first time, Hollis for the first time. John Charisma, I think at that point, but I really met a lot of people. Oh yeah, I met John Charisma there too. Yeah. So I met amazing people. And then subsequently after that, I made the decision of being an educator, but that led me to an affiliate. So until I lived number 3, I made that decision, which then I made a commitment. I was now late to change my life completely. Now I live number 2. I wake up excited to know where I'm at, that I'm here at an amazing company doing big things. Again, number 1, 2, I'm not going to income disclosure the whole 9, but hey, we're doing good. We're doing good, guys. We are doing amazing. Someone that didn't make $1 from affiliate marketing, again, Passes and Promise Future, we hit over 100K in a matter of 7 months this year. Hey guys, again, this is absolutely amazing. Events, go to it. You're busy. I get it. We have a son, we have this, we have that. I told my wife, and this is something that you need to do, honey, there's still 4 months left for the year and there's 6 events. We have everything planned out. We know that. We have this in the calendar. It's not negotiable. We need to figure out one of these 6 events that we're going to. One, we have 4 months, at least non-negotiable. You need to get to an event because Kenneth Spur Davis says, events will do for your business what you can never do alone for your business. This is your business, guys. Do it. 100%. I'll keep that wrapped up there. Like I always say, it's not about getting to the top, but it's about how many people you can bring with. So again, thank you, Santos. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Anything else, Santos? Are we good?
No, we're great, man. Thanks, Brent. Awesome, man. Once again, a tremendous teacher, educator, and look at you pulling out the quotes and expanding. I love it, man. Just seeing your progress in the last year, man, it's just been amazing. All right, guys, we're bringing this thing down for a landing. I've got another gentleman that's in the Dallas, Texas area. That's a world-renowned speaker. He's a best-selling author. I think him and his daughters launched, his executive producer for a movie company. He launched a movie. So he's been really busy on a lot of different fronts with family and school starting this past week and launching a movie and all these things. And Mr. Johnny Wimbrey, or Dr. Johnny Wimbrey, has been a multiple 8-figure earner in the industry. And we've worked together for 20 years. And we're friends for 20 years. And Johnny, I know we got a lot of things to say in a short period of time, and you always do a great job of that. I'm glad to be partnered with you again, and it's fun running with you. And so I'm going to hand the mic over to my friend, Mr. Johnny Wimbrey. What's up, Johnny?
Absolutely, man. Thank you, Jefferson. I greatly appreciate that. I only use Dr. Wimbrey for reservations and customer support. So I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I'm excited to be here. So much jam-packed information has already gone forth. There's no reason for me to get on here and just redo what's already been done. So I just want to share my story, Jefferson. When I do things like this, I do my best to think, what would I need to hear right now if this was my first day? Or what would I need to hear right now if this call activated me to make it my first day? And that's the mindset that I want to talk to right now. I want to talk to the individual that maybe you've been here for 6 months, but you haven't really had your first day. And I'll talk about that in just a minute, what I mean by that. And some of you joined this week and it's your first week. But how do you make right now your first day? But the first thing that I want you to do right now is everybody do this with me, and I want you to put it in the chat if you're following me right now. We're going to do a quick countdown to 3. And what I want to do right now is I want to give you permission to hit a reset button. And I'm doing it too. Now, listen, I'm a multi-million-dollar earner. I'm a multi-billion-dollar producer in this industry, and I'm going to show you how I create my first days. And I've been in the industry since the year 2000. So you're looking at 24 years. And every year, throughout the year, multiple times a year, I hit a reset button to reset my mind to have a first day, that first 24 hours. So the first thing I want you to know is as I count down, when I get down to 0, like 3, 2, and 1, you're going to hit a reset. And that reset button is saying basically, I forgive myself for doing it the wrong way. I forgive myself for not going all out, for not playing all in. So 3. And when you hit that reset button, you're basically saying, listen, I acknowledge the fact that I didn't do everything that I needed to do up until this point to get the results that I want. And this is 2. And when you hit that reset button, something happens inside you that says, listen, I acknowledge, I confess, and I'm here. 3, reset. Welcome to your first day. Welcome to your first minute. Welcome to your first hour. Every single speaker that has spoke before me, they have given you the necessary tools. They've given you the ideas. They have given you enough. They've given you enough and way more than Jefferson or I had when we first got started. So you got the information there. Now I want to talk about my story just for a second. I'm 49 years old. I found this industry, or it found me, when I was 25 years old. I was the guy that if you came to me to recruit me into a network marketing company, you give me 20 reasons why I need to join your business, I was good enough to give you 40 reasons why you should get out. So I was the guy that thought in his head and in his mind that he was saving you from going down the wrong path by pissing on your dreams. So I want you to know you're not looking at somebody who's always been in the mindset that this is the absolute best industry in the world. Now, fast forward, building organizations around the world, why am I here? What would bring someone who lives a multi-million-dollar lifestyle because of this industry? What company, what product would ever have the audacity to pull me out of retirement? How could it be so good? How could it be so great that you have legends in this industry that are coming out of the woodwork? They're swallowing their pride. They're gearing up and they're saying, I'm not going to miss this. As you're looking at me right now, I want you to understand this company does not need me. This company doesn't need Jefferson. They're going to go with or without us. That is my number one ingredient when I'm looking at an opportunity. If you need me, and it's good to be needed, but if you need me, that's not the opportunity I'm looking for, because if my personality type is, I'm not an administrative person. I don't want to help keep the wheels on the bus. I want you to give me an opportunity that I can drive and go 1,000 miles per hour, and I know that my people are safe. That's the only type of company that can pull me out of retirement. So I want you to understand, as you hit that reset button, and this is your day one, I want you to forgive yourself for not approaching people like me because you don't think or don't understand that you have your hands on the right vehicle at the right place and at the right time. So what do you do getting off a call like this and activating like you've never been activated before? You swing the bat. Johnny, what does that mean, swing the bat? You swing, you show the opportunity. You expose people to the possibilities that everything that we have and everything that we are, it exists, and it exists for you. I have never been in a position like I am right now before to build something legacy bound where individuals can participate in the product. They can become absolute amazing salespeople. They can become incredible recruiters, or they can just use the product and become massively successful. That has never existed in my life in the home-based business arena, where I can pick up my phone and I can book a trip. And after I book the trip, I can switch to another app and start making money by following master traders. To get on an airplane, to get to that trip, to get to the dream trip, wherever I'm at, to literally trade and travel at the highest level without selling one thing, and I can still be successful. That's never existed in this industry. So for the very first time, our industry has a vehicle that says, hey, you top salespeople, come over here. Hey, you top recruiters, you come over here. Hey, you individuals who like to use marketing systems, come over here. Hey, you individuals who don't like selling anything, come over here. Use our product, use our technology, start making money, and start sharing your story. You can literally build your story of success before you recruit one person. I've never seen that before. You talk about being at the right place at the right time, Jefferson. We have said this as a cliche for the last 20 years. We have said this and we have believed it. Now, I want you to listen. You got somebody who has believed it and said it before, and has been massively successful by saying it. but to know that you know that you know that this time I truly found something for the masses. And when I say masses, every walk of life. And I made a choice. And now I'm making daily choices to participate all in with everything that I have in the House of Brand. In Jefferson, I haven't even started yet. So when I tell you right now that this is my reset button, this is my day one, I'm activated. And if this call did not activate you, you need to go watch it again and again, because repetition is the mother of all skill. Thank you, Jefferson. Thank you for all the speakers. I'm jacked up. I'm fired up. And I'm so fired up that I'm willing to start from scratch. I'm willing to start from zero to build this vehicle because, number one, it doesn't need me. Number two, it's going to move with or without me. Number three, my neighbors are going to find out about it whether I tell them or not. So I'm going to be that person. I'm going to position. I'm going to build a legacy. I'm laying that foundation. Our children's children will travel around the world together and trade together because of the decision you made to be here in My Daily Choice. Back to you, Jefferson, man. I'm fired up.
Let's go, man. Hey, listen, hey, it's going to be fun hanging out in Vegas with you too, man. We're going to have some
yes,
fun.
Yes, sir. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Dallas. We got home court advantage here in Dallas. We're building for that. Listen, man, we are fired up, man. I don't miss events. That's the number one thing with me as well. When I lock in and I get committed to something, I do not miss events. It's not a part of the equation.
Exactly. I know, man. I know you can't. Listen, everybody who's a top earner shows up at events. You know what I'm saying? And so that's awesome. I said, so everybody, listen, it's been an amazing day. I've got 5 more. You got 5 more minutes with me. Okay. Because I'm going to give you the marching orders. All right. We hit the reset button. Okay. We've got all kinds of people that are hitting reset right now. If you hit reset, put an R in the chat real quick. I'm going to put a reset. Boom. Put an R in the chat. Okay. Everybody's hitting reset. Johnny's created a monster. I love it. All right. All right. Very cool. All right. So I'm going to show you guys what you need to do. Okay. Because you're going to do it anyway. What you're about to do over the next 30, 60, 90 days is you're going to put money, you're going to leave money on the table if you don't know what I'm about to talk about. And here's what I'm going to talk about: how to earn yourself a dream trip. Okay. Because our new runway to 25K, you might not know all the new things about it, but I'm about to show you in 5 minutes so we can wrap this thing up. All right. So I'm calling it the Dream Trips Rewards Program. That's what I'm calling it. The company doesn't call it that, but I'm calling it Earn Dream Trips Reward Program. But watch this. It is our runway to 25K. So guess what? It already started. Those of us that have already been in, it started August 1st. Those of you that just joined, it started 90 days. Your clock started the day you joined. Okay. If you joined this month. So your 90 days are running. Okay. And you have the chance to earn anywhere from $250 up to $1,500 towards a dream trip for what you're doing already. That's why I want to show you this, because you don't want to leave any money on the table. Okay. You have 90 days to do this. You have a rolling 90 days, which means you can earn 4 trips a year. Okay. Starting right immediately. All right. So really quickly, level 1, 1,000 in business volume. Level 2, 3,000 in business volume. Level 3, 6,000. Level 4, 15,000 in business volume. What does that look like? Okay. That's $250 towards a dream trip. 500, just the 500, not cumulative, just the 500. If you complete level 2, level 3, you get just 750. You complete level 4, just the 1,500. All right. So $250 up to $1,500 towards any dream trip. Okay. For completing the runway. Okay. What is the runway? Oh, by the way, if you're new and you haven't hit any ranks, if you do the full runway and earn all 4 levels, that's over $6,000 in just commissions on top of you earning up to $1,500 towards a dream trip, which is amazing, right? So this has to do with your enrollment tree, okay? And so really simple. This is your tier 1. This is level 1. That's who you personally enroll, okay? Level 2 is who they personally enroll. Level 3 is who they personally enroll. And level 4 is who they personally enroll, okay? This is how it's determined, all right? So what you can control is this. If you want tier 2 and tier 3 and tier 4 to fill up really fast, then you got to make tier 1 really wide. You got to continue to keep on sponsoring people. They all fall into your binary, yes, but they're your front line, your personals. So what you need to do right now is you got to go get 1,000 in BV ASAP. Okay, so here's an example. I'm going to give you several of examples as I wrap up here. The welcome pack, I'm going to talk about Akashics. I'm going to talk about trade and travel. I'm going to talk about brand bucks. Here's one way you could do it. You sell 3 welcome packs, boom, you're $250 towards a dream trip. Okay. They go out and sell some welcome packs, which is 8 on your second level. Now you've got 500 towards a dream trip. Okay. People on your level 2, they go out and sell 15. Okay, that's not you by yourself, right? You get 750 towards a dream trip. And then on level 4, that's not you by yourself. That's your whole team working together. 38 packs sold. That's $1,500 for the dream trip. Now that is just the dream trips welcome pack. That's one example. Okay. Now look at this. If you're doing trade and travel, go out and put in 8 trade and travel memberships is 125 BV. That's 8 people, right? That got that membership, that bundle. Okay. That completes tier 1. You're at $250 toward the dream trip. Level 2, 500, level 3, 750, level 4. That's how many you need total in the next 90 days, ending in October, because August 1st was the first set of our first 90 days, okay, on this new runway. And that's how that works, okay? If you're just doing dream trips only, the priority membership, that's how many you need on each level. Now, that's not you by yourself, that's your whole team working together. I want you to know, though, is that other people on your team, they're going to be buying other stuff. They're going to be buying the Akashics. They're going to be buying some XC trim and some proteins and all of that. But if it was just priority memberships, that's how much. Check this out. The welcome packs I already showed, that's less people. Here's Akashics only. If you're just focusing on Akashics right now, those are the numbers you need to earn up to $250, $500, $750, or up to even $1,500 towards a dream trip for the next 90 days. Don't get stuck thinking monthly. It's 90 days you have to do this. You have a runway tracker in your top left-hand corner of your back office. Just go in your back office, top left-hand corner. Okay, it's called Runway Tracker. Click on that. You'll see what's happening there. Here's Brand Bucks, a $3.99 Brand Bucks pack. Not less people. Why? Because it's more BV. You see what I'm saying here, guys? So a lot of people are going to want to buy different brands. But if you're focusing on one, that's okay. I just want you to know the numbers. Get your calculator out and do the math. Here's that big 500 BV one. Look at that. 2, 6, 12, and 30. Boom. There's some people that are watching this right now. You guys are professional network marketers, and you're like, okay, now I see it. I just got to go out and sell $7.99 Brand Bucks packs because people take the Brand Bucks and they can buy anything from the brands. And plus you get 4 levels of check match. Same thing on Welcome Pack. If you get the Welcome Pack, you get 4 levels of check match. If you think I'm speaking Greek right now, don't worry about it. Ask your upline, all right? And you can watch the replay again. But that's what's happening here, guys. We have so many different build outs and examples of how you can build this thing out. I'm excited about what we have here, guys. We got Vegas next week. Okay, next month we have Toronto. Okay, we have Slovakia, we have Budapest, we have London. I'll be in London. Then we have the Greece Dream Trip. A lot of us are going to meet in Greece. Then we have Dallas for a convention, our U.S. convention. Then we have Dubai for our international convention. You can go to both. Guess what? I'll be at both. And so if you're on the fence right now, go to mdcliveevents.com. Okay, buy a ticket to one of the events. Okay, the first one is Vegas. It's next week. It's 5 days away, 6 days away. We'll get to meet in person. We can shoot pictures, video. Josh and Jenna will be there. John Haremza. I know Kenny's going to be there. Todd Falcone's going to be there. We got a lot of people that are going to be there. All right. And so I just want to honor you for hanging out with us today. I feel it's time like really well spent. I learned a lot from each and every one of our trainers today. I just appreciate everyone here. I always want to make sure I don't forget anybody, starting with Kenny, obviously crushing it. Robert Hollis, Marion Rich, John Haremza, obviously. We've got Ali, Abdullah, Brent, of course, our good friend Johnny Wimbrey, and myself. And so take what you learned today, go apply it. Don't just sleep on this information. I'll get the replay out. We'll have it transcribed. We'll have the replay. Watch it again tonight. Watch it tomorrow morning as you're having breakfast. Watch it on 1.25 speed. Watch it on 1.5 speed. Get it in your mind. Get the feeling. Pass this out. Pass the replay out to your teammates. Have a conversation with them, breaking down what they learned on this Super Saturday. Huddle up with them Sunday night, tomorrow night, after they watch the replay, and put your plans together to round out August really strong. Guys, this Akashics promotion that ends on the 20th is amazing. You get, if you're a first-time subscriber to Akashics, you get a $25,000 free challenge account. If you pass the challenge, you get 25 grand to trade with, and you keep 80 to 90% of the profits, or 80% of the profits. That's crazy. You're leaving 25 grand on the table, right? If you're not a member of Akashics, try it out. Use Tap to Trade to pass your phases and to be able to trade with that. So with that said, everybody, I appreciate you. I honor you. Let's go make it a great rest of the month. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Let's make it a great weekend.